Assalamu alaikum everyone, hope you all are good inshallah. In today's video I will show you how to make mince meat lasagna. You can do the same recipe with chicken if you don't have meat at home, or you could also substitute it with ground chicken meat, whatever suits you best. Here are some of the ingredients that you will need, and I assure you this is a foolproof recipe. You would love it, your family would enjoy it. You could make this for a whole crowd as well. So starting up, I'm going to heat a pan. I'm going to add few tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to add 1 large onion chopped, followed by some capsicum. So I'm using here 1 large bell pepper or capsicum, whatever you want to call it. Saute these both on medium flame, then add 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. I'm using frozen garlic paste here, so it's just taking some time to melt. Once the onions and capsicums infuse their flavor in the oil, add 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes, 1 teaspoon of parsley flakes, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, and mix everything well. Add your keema, mincemeat, whatever you want to call it, and then using a spoon just try to break it into small pieces. Now keep in mind that your flame at this point should be medium to high and it should not be on low, so try to work on high flame whenever you're cooking meat. That way it cooks evenly, it cooks better, and it does not go, and it is tender and it does not go hard. So on high flame, I'm just going to cook the meat till it releases its own water. Then I'm going to add some salt. You can see there's so much water that has been released from the keema, so I'm just going to let that all dry up. And always remember to layer seasoning in your dishes so that the flavor builds up. So I added a little bit of salt right now, then I will keep adding a little bit of salt later on so that the flavor builds up, and that way the dish tastes even more better. Once the water is all dried up, we are going to add 1 can of tomatoes here. So after adding it, you don't need to pre-grind it, just use the back of your spoon and grind it all up. This way the tomatoes release even more flavor rather than grinding them up. And if there are any bit of any big chunks left, then just leave them as it is. Once we bake everything together, everything will be well combined, don't worry about it. So I'm just mushing everything together. I'm also going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of this tomato paste. Mix that up. And I will add 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. You could use paprika if you have. Again, a little bit of salt here, then 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper powder, and mix everything well again. Remember, this sauce has to be runny and it does not have to be dry. That way the lasagna will be cheesy, ooey and gooey. If your meat mixture is dry, then it's not going to taste that well. So remember to keep it a little juicy, a little runny, and that way it will taste amazing. So our keema mixture is completely ready. I'm going to let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes and prepare the other dishes on side. So it's done here. You can see it looks gorgeous. It smells amazing. Now for the signature bechamel sauce, I'm going to heat up a pan. I'm going to add a pat of butter. This is around 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter. And let the butter melt slowly. Remember to keep your flame on low to medium at this stage. Once the butter starts melting, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And you need to work super fast on this stage. Use a spatula for best results. Use a heat-proof spatula for best results. So just try to mix it super fast, and as you can see here, I'm just trying to break all the lumps. If you don't break lumps at this stage, it will be very difficult for you to break them once you add the milk. So break them and make it into a thin, nice paste. You can see I'm taking my own time here. Once it's all soft, stir it continuously. Then add 1 cup of milk and keep stirring it again. Milk should be added in small portions. You don't have to add all the milk at once. It will be very difficult for you to mix it then. So I'm adding 1 cup at a time. Again, you can see I'm taking my own time in mixing everything, removing all the small lumps and everything. You can see the consistency is really smooth. Now I'm going to add again 1.5 cups of milk and do the same again, mix it very well. Someone messaged me on Instagram saying that their bechamel sauce never turns up to be smooth and there are always lumps in it. Do try this method and tell me how it works for you. Then to flavor my bechamel, I'm going to use 1 Maggi cube. If you don't have this, you can completely skip it, but it adds a very nice flavor. I'm going to also add some oregano here, around 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. I will also add some parsley flakes, around 1/4 teaspoon again, half teaspoon of black pepper powder, and 1 can of cheddar cheese here. If you like your bechamel sauce to be a little spicy, you could also add some red chili flakes. Suit yourself, whatever works good for you. Now on very low flame, just wait and mix everything well together till the cheese is completely ooey and gooey, melted, and the color also turns amazing, like this light yellow color. You know the sauce is ready when you separate it and it does not come back together very fast, so it's not very runny. If in case you think your bechamel sauce is a little thick, then add very little hot water in it just to thin it out a little bit. So now our sauce is ready, our mincemeat mixture is ready. Now we are going to just boil some pasta sheets and start layering them. I'm going to boil my pasta sheets, but if you don't like to boil it, you could use it as it is, because that's what the instructions on the box says. But I just like to dunk it in some hot water for a few minutes, not a lot, just maybe 4 to 5 minutes. So in hot water, I like to do this in batches. I like to do 5 sheets at a time with some drizzle some oil in the water so the sheets don't stick together. I also added some salt in the water. Now once they're done, I'm going to start layering. So in a big oven-proof dish, add some bechamel sauce in the bottom. Layer with your lasagna, pasta sheets, whatever you want to call it. Add the mincemeat mixture. And then the bechamel sauce. And then the sheets again. Repeat all the steps till you are done, and depending on how big your tray is, you will need around 3 to 4 layers. On the last layer, you're going to just drizzle all the bechamel sauce, and you can also add some mozzarella cheese if you want to make it more cheesy. So this is my last stage. I'm going to add some bechamel sauce on the top. And then sprinkle some mozzarella cheese. Now I also sprinkled some parsley flakes, but the clip just got cut off. I'll put it in the oven on 200 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes. Once it's out, it's sizzling, it smells amazing. It's a must-try recipe. You need to give this recipe a try, and you will, I'm sure your family will love it. You will love it. You will enjoy it so much. It's a crowd pleaser, so definitely make this in your next potluck. You will get lots of praises because everything is flavorful. The bechamel is flavorful. The meat sauce is very flavorful, and yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.